example. He's doing a great job in the classroom, great job in the community. Right now, he's OU. He's one of our elite guys, doing everything right. His body's changed. He's accepted, the new techniques that he's playing. He's always been the big run stopper, like I've said in the past. But now he enjoys getting after the quarterback, doing a lot of different things, movement-wise up front. And right now, he's hitting on all cylinders.
Is there anybody in your room you've noticed, like physically, they've changed a lot over the offseason, maybe shed weight or bulked up at all?
Honestly, our skinny guys are gaining weight, our big guys are losing weight, so it's been good. In particular, I'm just happy with the way our young guys have embraced Kristen and Corey and their staff and have bought into everything that they're doing. And we have young guys that have gained 20, 30 pounds in 2-3 months, and we have big guys who's lost 10, 15 pounds and also gained muscle mass, so that's good. So that's just a tribute to what Kristen and Corey are doing, and they got a great program, and those guys are following it.
Sounds like probably kind of an obvious question, but how important is that body composition piece, that strength, just guys being in shape? How important is that for them to be able to play?
Well, because of the way we're going to play on defense, we're going to be relentless, and guys are going to have to run to the ball no matter where the ball is. We're going to attack in waves. So we're going to play a lot of guys, so everyone has to be in shape and playing 100 miles an hour. So we have to train that way. You have to practice that way, and practice is everything. You know what I mean? So everything, the way we're going to do things in the game is the way we're going to do it in practice. So those guys are getting themselves ready.
You guys who are up here really stayed on the theme of just getting 1% better every day. Have you seen this as a team that is really taken to that mentality of not getting beyond what is right in front of them?
Absolutely, and right now we're just focusing on being where we are. And we're just taking it one day at a time, trying to stack one practice after one practice and just getting better each day. Trying not to, look too far ahead, just taking it one day at a time and focusing on the day.
How important is this month from a scheme perspective of getting guys where you want to be?
Well, they just got to know what they're doing, right? That's all it is. And, we're going to be patient with them. It's new for everybody. It's new for the coaches. Myself, Coop, Rob, who haven't been in this defense before. So everyone's learning, so it's good that we're all learning at the same time. And those guys are picking it up well, and they enjoy the defense, and they're playing fast and making a lot of plays.
When you have a young group like that, just pick your position group like you do too, how do you know when a guy is ready to live in the trenches?
I mean, you don't know until the real bullets are flying, but we're going to get them prepared, and the best way to get them prepared is, like I said, is through practice. So if they can make it through practice and play at an elite level in practice, we feel like they can go out there and play on Saturdays and help us.
Can you think back to your time at Temple as a player, like when you kind of made that jump from reserve to starter?
Well, I tell all those guys all the time, like I'm a perfect example of someone who, was with a previous coaching staff, and then Coach Rule and the staff came in, and it was a totally different atmosphere, totally different style, discipline, culture, and I can give those guys examples of what I went through. So I know exactly what they're going through, but I push them through it and try to, help them with the mistakes that I made as a young guy, trying to adapt to a new culture and making sure they don't do the same things.
What clicked for you? Was it mental, physical?
Just realizing that the culture is not going to change. The guy has to change. So, as a young kid, I was stuck in my ways, thinking I knew everything, doing things my way. The culture didn't change, and, not being on the field, hurt me the most. So I, wanted to get on the field, and I wanted to buy into the culture and not let my teammates down. So our guys right now, we don't have guys that, take air out of the room. So, our guys are just locked in right now and doing exactly what they're told to do.
How difficult of a matchup is Minnesota, especially for a defensive line unit like yours, just going up there to start the season against a program that tries to control the line of scrimmage both ways like this?
I think whenever it's a conference opponent, it's going to be tough, right? And we understand that, in this conference, you got to be able to stop the run. Minnesota's a team who runs the ball well. They have a good O-line, they have good blocking tight ends, and they're going to be downhill. So, we have to accept the challenge. But right now, our guys are just focused on taking it a day at a time. We're focused on the run game. We're focused on the run game in practice. When we get the pass rush, we're focused on pass rush. But right now, we're taking that a day at a time. But as the coaches, we know we got to get them prepared for, and we understand that going on the way, first game of the season, Big Ten opponent, we know it's going to be a hostile environment. It's going to be a tough game. And first game of the season, everyone's going to be excited. So it's about what team goes out there and is the most disciplined.
We talked to Roquan, and he mentioned how the mobility exercises was something that's really helped him, be more explosive, be able to get off the line a little quicker. Is that something you've seen in him, and have you kind of emphasized making sure those guys are a lot more mobile?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's a guy who, like I said before about him, you only got to tell him one time to do something, he does it right. So I told him, hey, work on your flexibility. He does everything he needs to do to work on flexibility. And it's starting to rub off with the rest of the group, which is good. And his leadership plays off in a different way. He's not a big vocal guy like Ty Robinson is, but the way he works and when he does speak, the guys listen. So, he's a guy that, when Coach Rule say, hey, this is how it's done, he's going to do it that exact way. And he's a perfect example of a guy who hasn't played football around here, who's trying to do everything he can to get on the field.
Anything else for Coach? All right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Oh, it's exactly that, reps. I mean, you can even tell by the way I look, I need to get my butt in shape. So Coach has us running after the guys and making sure we know how to run to the ball. But it's great, one of the key words, the process and developing, right? So the only way you can develop is actually get meaningful reps. And whether it's teaching in individuals, whether it's half line stuff, or whether it's full team or 7-on-7, like a lot of guys are getting a lot of reps at a lot of places, so it's really good.
You see a difference in some of your defensive guys, Prince Will, Lenhart, Maverick, here in the spring. Are they able to be up with the first set of practice players, or have we worked strictly by age?
No, I think it's everything is daily competition, daily rotations. I mean, we got some guys moving from red to black and black to red with the A team, with the B team. So we're constantly moving guys around. We want to reward guys who do it the right way and do it well, and we want to make sure that we send a message to guys that if you're not going to do it the way it's supposed to be done, you're not going to play. So.
What kind of level of readiness do you see for those freshmen, and then also some of the guys who are new to this program here in the spring?
Yeah, I mean, right now we're just trying to concentrate on the operation, that we know what to do, we know what our identity is, and whether it's individual walkthrough or whether it's full team competition, we know how we're supposed to act. And so far it's been good, but we still got a long way to go.
Stuff here, a couple guys that came through on the line, they just look leaner. Rupan was talking about mobility and how important mobility is. Is that something that you kind of communicated with Coach Campbell about? That's what you guys on the defense would need to have more of?
Yeah, you know what? That's I'm glad you brought that name up. I think that is truly what represents the process and what Coach Rules has brought here. You talk about a guy like Buck. We identified, hey, he needs to be closer to this weight. That's Corey, that's the Kristen in the nutrition, that's Mitch over at the sports science, that's everybody included, constantly giving him the resources he needed in order to get himself in the best shape he's been in. He's flying around, he's happy, he's being a leader out there. I'm really, really excited for what he's been able to do, and that's representative of what's here now. We're in good shape. We're getting into playing shape. They've been running and lifting, and you can see they've gained 10, 12, 15 pounds. They're leaner. They're explosive. Now we're getting into actual football shape. And like I said, coaches included. I mean, it's a lot of moving parts, and we have to make sure we do our job so that way those guys can go out there and do their job.
How many guys do you see playing for your defense?
However many that we can. Again, at the beginning, you know, you don't see it as much at the beginning because everybody's fresh and healthy. It's really when you get to those championship months in, you know, late October, November, December, where you see if you've got great depth and you got a lot of guys playing, chances are the injuries are down. You got guys who you can throw in there, and we're still playing at a high level. So you want to play as many that can play and hold the standard of what we're trying to do on defense.
Right now, how do you feel about your pass rush? How much of that is on your mind?
Everything's on my mind. I mean, to how we do meetings, to how we're arranging walkthroughs. Again, when you're getting so many reps, you're dealing with so many guys. So you got to be able to know how to watch the film so everybody can see, because you want everybody in tune. You know what I mean? Our base D&D. Am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? How are we trying to simplify things like that? So again, right now it's more operation. You know, are we doing things the right way? And then as we get deeper into camp and we get more into a rhythm, then we're going to go more specifically. Okay, he's here on third down, he's here on third down. But right now it's just, let's operate the right way. Let's get him to know how to run to the ball, play with dominant contact, play with Husker speed, and get him going.
Coach, before you came here at Syracuse, you were getting a team ready to play Minnesota in a bowl game. Coincidentally, you over Minnesota. How much of a handle does that give you on just maybe what you're going to see, knowing that you've kind of already prepared for this team in the last football game you're about to coach?
Yeah, so with that, you know, when I was able to take this opportunity here, you know, I did not have any game responsibilities. They had already hired Rocky over there, and if you watch the game closely, they went to a different personnel grouping because they had a whole bunch of injuries. So schematics-wise, it was a little different because they put some stuff in there, but it gives you a sense of maybe what they're thinking. But also, you know, their running back only played the first half and all that stuff. So we're gonna watch it. We're gonna break it down, but it's gonna be our normal game plan stuff from the games that we think are going to be comparable, and devise a game plan that way.
A lot of the players were talking about 1% better every day.
Yeah.
What does that look like from your perspective as the D coordinator, getting these guys ready to go?
Everything. I'm talking about from myself to the assistant coaches down to the players on how we're watching film, how we're trying to get reps in, mental reps for the guys who are standing in the back. Schematics-wise, are we teaching it the right way? Are we doing too much, too little? Are guys absorbing the language? Do we need to change something? I mean, right now in camp, again, I keep talking about the operation, right? We want to make sure we are giving the guys the best chance to know what to do, know how to do it, so they can go do it on the grass, which they're getting a chance on the grass. So we have to make sure we're right. So again, every little thing, and then it's awesome because Coach Rule, same deal. He's on us, offense, defense. Hey, why are we doing this drill? What does this look like? How come we're teaching this? So again, there's a lot of moving parts.
It sounds like is there a lot to do in this next month?
Yeah, there's a ton to do, man. We want to win the game. Shoot, there's a ton and we got a lot of guys playing. It's cool to see when you look up and you see Buck out there, you see Nash, and you see Blaze, and you see Cam, then you see guys down the line, AJ Rollins and Kai, and then you see Sue out there. You're just like, wow, wave after wave. You're trying to get those guys to know what to do. And there's a point in practice where a guy makes a play and he did it the right way and he used Husker speed and he used dominant contact, and it's like, that was it. And you can see it in their face. They're like, that's what it feels like. We're trying to get everybody to that point. Yeah.
How do you feel about that back end? I mean, right now, I know there's a long way to go, but just early on in camp, where are you at?
Athletic, moving guys around. You know, you got some of the old guys, Omar, Corey, Malcolm, Tommy. I mean, Q, those guys. Giff is doing a great job. And now you're starting to see those other guys, Eric Fields, a little bit show up. You know, again, Hunter there, Dwight Boodle showing up. So, again, we're trying to move guys around, see them. They're getting a lot of reps and throwing a lot of stuff at them just to see what they can absorb.
It seems like Tommy has impressed you and what Tommy's grown since you guys have gotten here. Is that right?
Yeah, I got a lot of respect for a guy, again, who embraces the process and he improves. You know, that's what you're supposed to reward, is improvement, right? The buy-in. And again, just like Buck, they believe in you, you got to believe in them back. You know what I mean? And so when they do good things and on and off the grass, when they're a good teammate, when you see the change, when you see, hey, he was like this over here, now he's totally like this, you want to reward that kind of stuff. So.
Is Eric Fields playing the safety that you just said?
Yeah, he's everywhere. And right now he's at the Rover and he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job.
In the spring, you used an example of Omar Brown who made a play where A to B on the play, you said
Yep.
right, where B to C, his instincts took over
A to B, and then B to C, I can't coach. I'm sorry, bro. That's all the players.
I was
So.
going to ask if you were seeing that
Yeah, and I mean, you see that a lot in the older guys because they see the game. You know, they know, hey, I was supposed to be over here, but I saw the ball, so I took a hole over here. I took my chance over here. It's cool to see them still have that confidence and let it loose in the defense. But again, it comes back to the moment when you see the young guys do that. The young guys be like, oh, I can do this, you know, and we're harping on the guys for going fast. You know, we had an incident where a guy was trying to be too correct versus playing fast. And so I yelled at him because, hey, dude, I'm not worried about that right now. I just care that you let loose and you go and you play with, I'm going to keep on saying this, Husker speed. That's the way we're going to play her. Husker speed, full go, full tilt. I'm not worried about making a mistake, and I want to play my butt off. Yeah, that's practice. That's individuals. That's the way you watch film. That's the way you install. And then again, they go out there and they see it. They do it and they say, oh, okay, I see why. You know, it's always the why behind it. I say, oh, why I came underneath because I saw this. Okay, good. I'm glad. You know, it's just when you ask them the question, why did you do that? If they're like, I don't know. That's where you have the issues, right? That's where you probably didn't make the play. But you're like, hey, why'd you do that? Coach, I saw him do this and I saw the ball over here, so I went over there. Gotcha. I can live with that.
Coach Will talked yesterday about the hunger that he's seen in a lot of older players in camp. So they're sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
If you've got a lot of those guys on defense at really every level, there's better players. How do you see that playing out? What do you see as far as like the attitude of those guys like you?
Yeah, you know, I hear it. You know, I hear it on the sideline when I'm speaking to or I'm watching the play, and I can hear it in the background. Hey, watch this ball. Hey, this play. Hey, you're supposed to be over there. They're lining themselves up, and you need that with the way we're practicing, and because you don't have all the coaches in one area, you have all the coaches spread out, right? Coaches trusting everybody. We're all trusting everybody to do their job. So it's a reinforcement from the players, and the first people you hear, Luke, Bullock, Reimer in the back end, yelling at guy Blaze back there, coaching the guys as well, and that's total team buy-in right there, which is going to help in the long run.
Anything else, guys? Coach, you mentioned back in the spring that you wanted to install a lot, you wanted to throw a lot at them right away. In terms of install, where are you at?
That's what we're doing. We're throwing a lot at them, right? I mean, Coach made the point. This is what it's about, right? Practice is everything, games are everything. So we're throwing a lot at them, especially early on, so that way we can see what they're absorbing. It's always I rather cut it back than not have enough. You know what I mean? So right now, again, it's full installs for the first couple of days. Then we'll see where they're at, and then reassess, and then go from there. What happened? I'm not going to say nothing right now about that, man. That's still up for debate. I'm always going in there thinking, and I'm looking at that other bed. Okay, nobody's in there. Nobody was in there yesterday, so I'm good. I'm good. That's all. That's all I know. No, you never know. You never know.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach. Sit. Thanks. Nash, how has the transition been going from last year's defense to this year?
It's been going really good. It's just, it's just a lot of learning, getting to know how new guys want it, and it's been going really good. Everyone's picking up on it great. It's been fun.
What specifically are you being asked to do that's different from last year?
Just taking over more of a leadership role for me. That's the biggest thing, and I'm embracing it, getting better at it every day, and having fun with it.
What kind of changes in body composition you got since some year ago, or even the spring?
I mean, nothing too crazy. Just dropped a little body fat. That's really about it. Just trying to get a little leaner, a little quicker, a little more agile. Honestly, I don't even know. We haven't gotten our results back from our last thing we took, so I don't know yet.
Is that, Ty, obviously was you yesterday, looked pretty lean, strong, you sing. Is that a, something where Coach Campbell, Coach Knighton, Coach White, like they want you to be a certain size, a certain type of player in the scheme, and that's what you've been?
Yeah, to a certain extent they want it, but I want it for myself. I think losing a little bit of body fat is going to make me be the player I want to be, and just keep getting better all the time.
What do you see as like the job responsibility of an interior lineman in this defense?
Getting no. I mean, it's playing D-line, It's just getting vertical, making plays, getting knocked back. That's what they want, and that's what we're going to do for them.
And actually, someone who's emerged as one of the leaders in that room. What have you seen from the other guys taking and teaching, and some guys who maybe progressively?
Yeah, no. There's pretty much all the new guys have really impressed me, especially guys that we had with us in the spring, like P-Will, Cam, all those guys. It's awesome to me how many questions, how much they want to learn. They're not trying to do it their way. They are all in. They want to do it the way we're telling them to do it. It's been a lot of fun working with those guys.
It seems like Raquan's picked up a little speed too. What have you seen out of him?
Oh yeah, no. Rue's been doing a great job. He's doing everything that he's asked. He wants to be a good player, and he's been working like it. So it's been fun to watch him develop too, since these guys have gotten here.
You guys have such a young group. How do you know when you're looking at guys that they're ready to contribute, start, or whatever? It's one of those things where you don't really know, and then it could be just some random day in fall camp, and you're like, holy crap, that guy's like making plays. So you never really know when it's going to happen. It's just kind of like one day it's like, wow, something must have clicked for him, or whatever it is. That's how it is for a lot of the new guys coming in. There's just one day it seems like it just starts to click, and they start figuring it out, and they just keep growing from there.
Have you had that moment?
Yeah, I would say a few years ago I just kind of had that just kind of realization to where it's like, dang, I could be a big contributor for this defense, and continue just to get better every day, and that's what I've been doing.
Veteran guy in Ty Robinson, how do you describe his leadership style? Yesterday you described himself as a hard ass. How would you
Yeah.
describe him?
No, he definitely is a little bit of a hard ass. He's a good leader. He's gonna let you hear about it if you're not up to standard. He's not a guy that's gonna talk to you out the side. He's gonna stop the problem right when it starts. He's gonna yell, or he's gonna talk to you about it. He's gonna make sure everyone else knows about it, and make sure everyone else knows what the standard is. That's what I really like about Ty. I'm not so much of that big vocal presence like that, but he does a really good job of that, and I really appreciate that about him.
How does that help having a guy like that who's not afraid to more aggressive?
Having a guy that's going to get after guys right away on that spot is awesome. It just doesn't let the problems get bigger. I mean, you just stop it right when it starts, and then it's done. Everyone knows, and you move on.
Rule talks a lot about the day by day, and yesterday I think he said something about just like even earning the right to just be confident going to Minnesota. How do you see guys like buying into that each day?
Yeah, no, you see guys buying into it all the time. We have to earn the right to go up there and play confident, and that's what we're doing every day in this camp. We're perfecting our craft every single day, and we're going to do it to the best of our ability.
What's the personality? What's it like working with Coach Knighton? How you figured him out over these last 7 or 8 months?
Yeah, no, I love Coach Knighton. He knows when you can have a little fun. He knows when it's time to work, and when it's time to work, there's no BS. He's in there. He's making us work, and then if we're have a little break in between meetings or something, you can go in there and talk to him about whatever you want. He's a great guy. Love being in the meeting room with him. It's a lot of fun. Okay.
All part of the job.
What are you seeing from some of the young guys, especially on the defensive line, maybe haven't gone through the rigors of a season yet? What are you seeing from them?
Just development, steady development. It's only day 2, but as our mantra always say, get 1% better every day. So just don't make the same mistake twice, and that's what we're working on.
At the end of spring, MJ, you talked about how that was one of the most fun springs you've had.
Yeah.
It's got to be even amped up now a little bit more with fall camp, right, and wanting to be a leader and all that.
I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still fall camp. There's gonna be some dog days. It's the dog days of the summer, so we just gotta keep our heads down, keep grinding. I mean, it was fun because of the new environment, but my feet is pretty sunk in the sand right here now. You know what I mean? So I'm just here to, you know, as you said, to be a better leader, be a better teammate, and propel my game.
How close, just from the knowledge of the scheme, like how comfortable would you guys be playing their game today versus how much work is there to do in the next month?
As I said, it's only day 2, so I can't really judge that right now. I can only really say that we're trying to get 1% better every day, and we're just trying to not make the same mistake.
You playing with Jack? Is that
Yeah.
the only spot you line up at, or
I mean, Jack's one of the more versatile positions in the linebacker room, so yeah.
how would you say that your assignment varies at that spot? You know, compared to like what Dave and Jonathan?
I mean, to be honest, we all kind of got the same jobs. It's just that I tend to rush off the edge a little bit more. You know what I mean? Me, the Chief Borders, Jamari Butlers, the Maverick Noonans, we tend to run off the edge a little bit more than Luke and Nick. But yeah, that's the only really key difference between the Jack and Mike and Will.
How that's kind of a unique position in this defense to have that spot. It's like a hybrid spot. How much does that fit? You know, what you guys in that room, the guys you just mentioned. How much does that fit? You think the skill set?
No, it fits pretty well. I mean, like, I came from a 3-4 defense, so like, you know, I was always trying to be taught to rush the passer. Jamari is the same way. He was rushing the pass before the coaches got here. Noonan was a DN almost in high school. Chief was the same way of Florida. I mean, we all right. Ain't nothing to us.
Can the defense get better in the months of June and July, or is this when you get better?
I mean, as our mantra says, 1% better every day. I mean, like, we don't waste no time sitting back and just waiting for August to hit. Wait for August to hit, that's when stuff hit the fan, you know what I mean? But like, we try to get better every single day, so when it comes to these fall camp moments, instead of just trying to catch up or get in shape, we just getting better.
What impresses you about Coach White's teaching style?
I mean, it just impresses me in the sense where, like, everything we do, I mean, meetings on meetings on meetings on meetings. I mean, I'm already on my 5th page in my notebook right now, and I just got a brand new one. So, like, yeah, I mean, it's just that for real, just installing the plays and everything like that.
How would you characterize the potential of this defense?
Characterize the potential. Elaborate.
Just how good can this defense be?
It could be very good.
Why do you say that?
I mean, if we all put our heads into the game plan, we all buy into the program and our culture and everything like that, it can be very, very good. I mean, we got a whole bunch of athletes on the team. Everything just relies on discipline and effort.
What do you see out of Jamari? I know you drew a connection with him when you got here.
I mean, as I said, like, we just trying to get 1% better every single day. And it's only day 2, that's why I don't really got much to say. You know what I mean? But we just trying to get better every single day.
When you talk about those 1%, what could that look like?
Not making the same mistake every day. Like, if I go inside the tackle when I wasn't supposed to on that play, the next time it comes to me, I do my correct assignment. It's simple things like that. If I loafed on one play, the next time I don't loaf. I mean, it's not that big of a measuring stick, but it's just what you do to get 1% better every day. What you do to not make today look like yesterday. How you can be better than yesterday. That's all.
Is that a standard that you as players hold yourselves to, or is that something the coaches do?
Coaches introduce it, we hold it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Blaze in here next. Sure.
How's camp been the first 2 days?
It's been going good, just working hard, competition, been loving the competition, everybody exceeding to the standard, and we want just everybody to keep on raising the standard day by day and keep on raising it and get better.
Where are you at now in your development? Maybe where you were, say, back in January when this new staff started? What's your kind of gone?
My development been good. Us personally as a team, we just been like going back and forth on like mobility work. So we got mobility cards everywhere, and everybody just will grab a mobility card and we do the mobility exercises each and every day whenever we can, and it will help us grow as a team. So me personally, it helped me grow with my hips. Like my hips used to be bad back in like high school, and I just kept on doing like hip mobilities, and it been helping me run better and loosen up. That's it.
You know, during all the practices, it was Coach Knight, working individually a lot, just getting better. Can you describe your relationship with Coach Knight and how you think he's helped you grow?
My relationship with Coach Knight, I would say the same as everybody else's. I feel like he helped us all as a group, and he helped us develop, and he helped us by way of competition. He just keep on saying competition. And when he say competition to me, I feel like it's raising the standard and going against the guy next to you and getting that guy better next to you every day.
And we've seen bits of practice. It seems like Coach Knight is really hands-on, show you the technique on the dummy or on the teammate. Does that help you learn a lot when he's showing you that technique close up?
Definitely, yeah. Me personally, I feel like I'm a visual learner. So when I see hands-on techniques, it helped me, and it just helped me, and I go back and repeat it day by day. First two nights been all right. I was in a suite before, so the dorms it was like smaller than the suite. So I'm like, oh well, because I had a queen bed in the suite. So yeah, it's all right. It's not bad.
Feet hanging off the bed? Or,
a little bit, yeah. My roommate, Jake Applegate. Yeah. So I would say as a group, T-Night, he actually like gave us a list for things to work on, and like I said, mine was like hip mobility. And so once I got the hip mobility, it helped me change the direction. It helped me get quicker feet. So I'm really focusing on my steps and getting quick off the ground each time.
We've seen Coach Knight talk a lot about violent hands, explosive movement. Do you think that mobility, does that factor into those as well?
Yeah, definitely, because if your hip's not where you want it to be at, then you can't get explosive because all that power come below.
How late do you guys go? Like, what's after practice gets over in the evening, dinner? Like, what do you guys do at those meetings? Kind of give us an idea how late you guys go into before you guys turn out the lights.
D-line, we got group chats. We all got group chats. Each of us got group chats. So D-line, we got personal group chat. We text each other, and so we tell everybody just we want to watch film. So we watch film on our practice, or we watch film on Minnesota, and we keep on watching film. And then when the time come up for meetings or lunch, we go to lunch or meetings. So say at 11:30, we'll go to lunch. After 11:30, we go to film. We watch film as a D-line. The coach may not be there because it's not mandatory. It's optional, but it's mandatory for the D-line. So we're going to be there every day, watch film. After lunch, then we got meetings. So we go to meetings at about 2:30, O&D meet, and we go over everything that we did in practice, if the standard was down or if the standard raised that day. And then after that, we get better and everybody coach each other up. And we go to dinner after that, about 4:30, 5:30, eat, go back in the room, meet, and by the end of the day, we done.
What impresses you about Coach White's teaching style?
It's not different from what I've learned in the past. I mean, because in the past, I learned, like, just get off the ball. Coach White, get off the ball. So I like the factor of getting off the ball. Like, you got to get off the ball and be violent. And when you're in Coach White meetings, he yells, so it get your attention. He want to make sure that you violent and know what he talking about.
Those film sessions that you mentioned the defensive line is doing, like, if the coaches aren't there, like, which guys on the team are the ones that are kind of getting that going, start to say, okay, we need to do this?
We all as a group, but Blaze, I feel like Blaze, Nash, T-Rob, we all are like leaders on the group, like the older guys. So the older guys, they would tell the young guys, because the young guys still learning. They still learning as a group, and they getting better day by day too. Like Vincent, you see him getting better. So the leaders like Blaze, T-Rob, and Nash, and me, of course, they would tell the group, just we meeting at 1:30 or we meeting at 1:15. Everybody should be there. Like, everybody should be there watching film. Like, we want to get better and see where everybody was down or need to improve.
What's Coach Rule like during camp? Just like describe his focus, his attention to detail, just how present he is around you guys over the course of this camp.
Coach Rule, he an active guy. Yesterday I saw him just running. His energy running all around. He helping all the guys. I just see him helping all the guys and focusing on every details. And so by the end of the day or in Indies, he'll eventually get to the D lineman and he will let the D lineman know what to do as a group if we need a helper, this, that. But I feel like Coach Rule, he's just a team active guy. He a team active guy. He trying to let everybody know what to do. But at the same time, he's still letting the players leading. He's still letting the players lead. Like, we want a player-led team.
How would you describe his style of leadership?
T-Rob's style of leadership is very amazing. So we all got, you got different leaders. You got like a guy that talks a lot. You got a guy that show you things personally. T-Rob, he all around. Blaze, he all around. Blaze talk a lot. T-Rob talk a lot. Nash talk a lot. So you got those guys just talking a lot. And so we just talking with the young guys or talking with the whole defensive group and trying to get better as a team.
You know, guys lost Feast, Mathis, Nelson, and just overall, the line in general, kind of just a younger group. The mentality is for you guys, this training camp going into this, that you guys are going to need a lot of things to say. Hasn't been a time in the past that a successful year.
The mentality, I feel like the mentality changed over time. Like before in the spring, like when we came in, guys wasn't expecting everything, but now we expect stuff. We know what to do. So the mentality had changed from just violent. We became more violent. Like, it's violent. We want to kill. We want to attack. So we do that every single day.
So what would a successful fall camp look like for you? And what do you want to accomplish in the next few weeks?
A successful fall camp will be just raising the standard each and every day, just becoming top 10%. Coach Rule, he talks about the top 10% like every day. Just, we want to all be in the elite area. So me personally, I want to be in the elite area, obviously. And so we just work every day and raise the standard to be in that top 10%. So that's the goal.
Hey, Ruquan, what was the reaction when the guys found out you have kind of split practices where people get more reps? Has it been, how beneficial has it been maybe for the younger group and maybe the third unit type guys to get those additional reps?
I feel like it has been beneficial. You got guys that's working, they really working. Like the young guys, they getting more reps, they really working. You got older guys getting more reps, they really working. So I feel like it's even all around because we wanna teach everybody. We want everybody to learn from their mistakes.
Anything else from Ruquan? Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you, no problem.
Thank you.
On all the devices.
What spot are you working at right now?
Defensive end, that's what I've been working at. kind of moved me around a little bit. Coach Knighton sees me in a couple different spots, so that's what we're finding out right now in camp and finding my strengths and exploiting those.
What are you asked to do with that?
Asked to be an athlete, play fast, play physical, and make plays.
Blaze, how does this first day of this fall camp feel differently compared to the other ones that you've had here in Nebraska?
Yeah, so this day, weather's been nice, which has been great for us, but as far as the team being locked in, it's been on a really high standard, and I think that, especially us in the D-line room, we're paying really close attention to every single rep and treating them like they're gold, because that's what it is. So that's been a key focus point for us in the D-line room, having our key and playing fast. So the energy, the effort, it's got to continue to go up each and every single day, and we got to continue to raise our standard.
What do you see when you look around your room as far as like the shape of the players? I mean, you see Quan Robinson was up here, Nash just kind of looked like he was cut a little bit different than what you've seen in the past yourself. Like, how has the way that you guys have looked changed over the past few months?
Yeah, so I think a part of that comes from Kristen. A part of that comes from Corey, our strength coach, Coach Campbell. But at the end of the day, it's going to be on the players, and it's going to be on the buy-in of the players. You know, Coach Campbell's not watching me eat at night. He's not watching Nash eat at night. So holding ourselves to a high standard, making sure that we're eating the right things, eating healthy, and they've been feeding us the right way. And then lifting and mobility has been a really key focus point for us as D linemen. You know, we're big guys. We got to be able to move as well. So that's a big piece of it.
You see a difference? I mean, you see these guys every day. Some of you don't notice changes.
Yeah.
You look around the room now, does it look different than what you've seen before?
Yeah, it looks different for sure. I would say the thing that stands out is the mobility thing for me. You know, we've always been a pretty strong group as far as, you know, how we've lifted, but I think we can move pretty darn well right now. So.
If you stray from what you're supposed to be eating, where are you going to?
I'm a chicken wings guy, so I'm gonna get some buffalo sauce on there and, you know, eat up a little bit and treat myself.
What's good leadership look like? Because I know it's more than just being a rah-rah guy. What does that look like to you, and is that something you really wanted to embrace for this year?
So I think everybody has their own personal play of leadership. I think for myself personally, I kind of find a middle balance. I try to be that rah-rah guy when it's needed, but at the end of the day, we just got to come to work every single day. And leadership's not easy. You got to challenge yourself each and every day. You got to look at yourself in the mirror, because you can't be, you know, I can't be telling some of these younger guys to do things a certain way, and then when I'm at home alone, not do that thing. Like, that's messed up, and that's not holding myself to a high standard. So finding that balance and doing everything the right way every single day is going to lead those young guys onto the correct path.
Rule talks about, like, you get a quote about guys having a pen everywhere they go.
Having a what?
A pen, like taking notes, and, you know, all that stuff. Do
Yeah.
you see a difference even in this year with some of that stuff as far as just the attention and, like, meetings and things, or no?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these coaches have been in a lot of places. They know a lot of things, and they're really intelligent people. So I think us as kids, you know, 22 to 18-year-olds, you know, we got to write down everything they say. They've seen a lot more ball than us. So taking in what they say will lead us to be better football players. They've seen the greats. So, you know, they've learned from how they operate, and so we got to take that upon ourselves.
Blaze, how comfortable are you in the scheme right now, and how much work is there to do in the next month to get where you guys want to be?
I'm really comfortable in the scheme. Coach White's done a really good job of teaching us up. We had great install sessions way back in the spring, and, you know, we've kind of built on that learning process, you know, us as guys throughout the summer. So I have a great understanding of it, and we're getting the young guys, you know, to learn it and master it and know every single technique. So that's been a fun process, but I feel really comfortable under the scheme right now. It's a fun scheme to work under.
What are the priorities then in the next month?
Well, each and every day, you know, we're gonna learn more. We're gonna have more calls go in. So the priority is to, when you learn these new things, to not forget the old things. You know what I mean? So knowing every single job and knowing what the guy next to you has, communicating with him so that nobody messes up. We're all on the same page. So that's really important for us.
Sherman was talking about 1% and 1% better.
Yeah.
Is there what do you think of when you think of getting 1% better? What does that look like?
Being better than you were yesterday. You don't got to overcomplicate it. That's what it is. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and be ready to go every day. You can't have a bad day.
Did you come in at weight-wise when you first got here? I can't remember.
It was 251, but it was bad. It was a lot worse weight than what I have now, and I'm like 265 now. Yeah, I guess to answer that question, I would just say it's a very aggressive defense. It's an attacking defense, and that's all I got for you there. Yeah.
How do your coaches, particularly Coach White, who's running this thing,
Mm-hmm.
how do they get their messages across?
Yeah.
About what you said.
So Coach White, he does a really good job of upholding us to a high standard. You know, he gets on us when he has to get on us, but then he'll also relate to us and talk to us on the side and treat us like humans. So he's a great figure to us. He's a guy we can look up to. But when it's time to work, it's time to work. And he upholds the coaches to a high standard. Coach Rule upholds all the coaches to a really high standard. So that trickling down, creates great understanding of the defense.
He gets kind of loud. Guys
Yeah, I mean, here and there, yeah. He'll get on us a little bit when he needs to, as every coach should. This is college football.
Blaze, you guys have such a young room too. What's the one thing that gives you the most confidence that this group can step into some bigger roles and perform well you guys?
Yeah, so they're young, yeah, but they're mature. They're mature for what they are. And I think us as leaders, we have to look at every single detail and make sure we're on the right path. We can't leave a box unchecked. We have to make sure that we're doing the right things every day. And like I said earlier, I've been proud of how they've worked. I've been proud of how they watch film, and I think they're going to be in a good place.
Blaze, you've got a couple practices done now in the falls here. How do you feel about the defense and the team now compared to where you were at the end of spring?
Yeah. So it's been a lot of fun. I didn't play all of spring ball, so it's fun to be out there with my guys, seeing some of the guys that weren't out for spring ball, like T-Rob, and some of the other guys were out there. It's a lot of fun, and I've been proud of how the defense has practiced these past couple days. Put in some good work. Brings an elite mentality, brings a dominant mentality, and that's it. Yeah.
Anything else for Blaze? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Blaze.